Hey, fourth grade, it's Miss Rayner. I'm going to do things a little different this week. I'm going to actually go over each lesson with you from your Ready Math instruction book. Let me say before I start, though, that I really suggest you go to the Corinth School District fourth grade page and click on the helpful videos. There are quite a few for math this week, and they're very good, and they will give you lots of information beyond just the book. All right, so let's get started. So I'm going to do page 260 and 261 with you today. Lesson 25, Introduction, Length, Liquid Volume, and Mass. So we're going to start off with a word problem. It says, Julia's family is visiting an amusement park. A sign says a person must be at least 45 inches tall in order to board the ride. Julia knows her younger sister was 3.5 feet tall at her last doctor's appointment and has grown 4 inches since then. Is Julia's sister tall enough to board the ride? So the first thing I like to do is I like to use cubes, and so I'm going to circle my numbers. So I have 45, 3.5, and 4. I'm going to underline my question. Is Julia's sister tall enough to board the ride? And then I'm going to box in some key words. And this says must be at least 45 inches. So that means she has to be at least 45 inches tall. 46, 47, 48, anything above that number, she's good to go. Anything below 45 is, she cannot. Another way to represent this is to say 45 inches tall or greater, or no less than 45 inches tall. That's just a couple of different ways to say that. And then I'm going to say, I know she's 3.5 feet, and she has grown. I'm going to use that later on. And then those are my boxed in my keywords. I'm going to evaluate. Now, the first thing I need to look at is I've got inches and feet. How am I going to figure out if Julia is tall enough to board the ride? So the first thing I'm going to figure out is how tall she is in inches. I can't compare if they're in different units. So it says, describe how Julia can figure out if her sister is tall enough to board the ride. First, Julia has to find out how tall she is in inches. First, we convert everything to inches. Then, after we do that, we have to see if it equals or is greater than 45 inches. Okay. What unit does Julia need to use to find out if her sister is tall enough to board the ride? Well, we've already said she needs to find inches. And let's see, how many inches are in each of these lengths? So we know that 1 foot is equal to 12 inches, correct? What about 3 feet? Well, how could we do that? We could say 12 times 3, and that's going to give me 36 inches. And then what about half a foot? If I think about it, I can divide 1 foot into 2, and I would say half a foot is 6 inches. So how many inches are in 3.5 feet? So I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to say 3 times 12 equals 36. And then we know the half foot. We're going to add plus 6 more inches. And if we look, that is 42 inches. Okay. Now, is she tall enough? Well, we've got to go back up to our word problem and realize that we said that she has grown 4 inches since her last doctor's appointment. So what do you think we're going to do with those 4 inches? If she's grown, we're going to add that. So we're going to say 42 plus 4, and that is how many inches? 46 inches. Will she be able to go to the ride? Yes, because she is taller than Julia's sister. Is 46 inches, and that is taller than 45. All right, so there's our first page. Okay, let's see. Let's go on to page 261, and we're going to look at it a different way. So measurement problems can include many different units. If the units in the problem are different, you must convert at least one of the measurements to all, so they're all the same. We've already said that. So this is just a different way to show you how to look at the problem. To write 3.5 feet in inches, start by writing 3.5 feet as 3 feet plus 1 foot. So if you notice, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 inches equals 1 foot. So I've got my graph here, my bar graph, 1, 2, 3. Then if you look, I've got half a foot. I've colored in case you can't really see it. Should be able to see it on your book. There is half a foot equals 6 inches. So we show down here 3.5, 3 feet, 3 times 1 foot, 3 times 12 inches, 36 inches. 3.5 feet equal 36 plus 6 equals 42. Now the only units in the problem are inches, so you can solve the problem. Let's look at the reflection for today. Explain why it is important to look at the units for the measurement in a problem before you start to solve. Well, we've already said several times you have got to make them the same. So in this case, we had to have everything had to be all units must be the same. Before we can add, subtract, multiply, or divide. All right, guys. Well, that is it for today. I will make another video for tomorrow's lesson. Once again, I'm going to tell you, go to the Corinth School District, 4th grade. It's got your helpful videos for week 3. Please watch them. They're fun. They're very informational, and they will help you quite a bit. And I hope y'all have a great day. Thank you.